I got to tell you something. Now is the perfect time to get into the trades. I'm talking electrical, plumbing, HVAC, carpentry, whatever it is, anything construction. Now is your time to get in. Companies will hire you with no experience. Ladies, if you've ever wanted to try out construction, now is the time. Get in. Don't be afraid. Just do it. They'll even pay you to learn. Some companies will even pay for your way through school to get your license. If you live in a state where there's a strong union, I'd check out the union. If you have any friends that work for the union, have them put a word in for you. But now is the time. This is your sign to get into the trades. So much being built all around us, no matter where you live. I guarantee there's construction going on and there's just not enough people to do the work. Just call around, expert with commercial companies, look some up that you're interested in and just ask. Show up to the office, pull up, whatever you need to do. But now is the time to get in. This is your sign to pick up a trade and I wish you the best of luck.
I'm encouraging more women to look at blue-collar jobs, and that really makes sense, especially now. If you want the solid pay, the real skills, and the work that still has demand when office jobs are getting cut, the trades deserve a hard look. Electricians, welders, plumbers, HVAC techs, carpenters, auto techs, and renewable energy workers, they are building careers with their hands and not waiting on a desk job to open up for them. And for a long time, women are getting pushed towards a small set of careers. They're talking about nursing, teaching, admin work, and those are good jobs, but they are not the only good jobs.
Can someone explain to me how I have 4 degrees and still can't get a job? BA in communication, BA in Spanish, BFA in dance. Get ready for this one. Master's degree in freaking journalism. Mind you, I've gotten laid off not once, not twice, but 3 times in the span of 2 years. So if you're feeling behind, just know you're not alone. Basically, we're all cooked.
No, blue-collar jobs, especially for women, they will give you another path, and you can get paid well, cut the student debt, and give you control over your future. And that actually matters now because AI is hitting the routine office work first. As you're seeing here, the layoffs are happening. If you want work that still needs persons on site, in a job, on a roof, or in the field, the trades are still one of the strongest options right now.
Women make up only 4% of the skilled trades industry. There's a need for more women to fill the gap. Home Depot's Path to Pro program offers free training and job boards, while the Home Depot Foundation offers scholarships to women all in the skilled trades. I'm a full-time mom, shop teacher, and everything in between. I understand the struggle. The Path to Pro program will get you to the finish line to create a career that speaks to who you truly are as a woman. Ladies, we got this.
And believe it or not, there are far more opportunities now in today's modern society than there were for men back in the days. And here's the truth that most people miss, especially women. Well, today's modern women, they don't listen. They know more than Google, in my humble opinion. Blue-collar jobs for females they're not about proving anything to anyone. They are about choosing the work that pays and the work that will last. You will learn a skill, you will build a reputation, and you will get paid for solving real problems.
To celebrate Women in Construction Week, I've teamed up with Westlake Royal Pros to offer some tips to anyone thinking about entering the trade. But here's looking at you, ladies. Tip number 1, do your research. Look into all kinds of different trades and the skills required for each one. Try to find an apprenticeship program or a vocational school in your area. I found a Women in Skilled Trades course. It was a pre-apprenticeship program. It introduced me to all kinds of different trades and gave me the confidence I needed to walk onto a job site. Tip number 2, find a mentor. Seek out other women in the trades and don't be afraid to reach out to them for advice. Social media has made that so much easier. There are so many incredible tradeswomen on me. Your mentor could be a click away. Tip number 3, get out there and build a strong network. Attend trade shows, conferences, industry events, because you never know who you're going to meet or what new opportunities will arise. Tip number 4, and probably the most important one, is be confident. Believe in yourself and your abilities. Keep your head held high, and don't let anyone discourage you from pursuing your goals. I've been working in the industry for 17 years, and I love what I do, and that's why I wholeheartedly believe that the trade can be an exciting and rewarding career path for women, and it should be an option that everyone feels like is open to them. Happy Women in Construction Week.
But you have to also think about it. A plumber, he finds a leak and he fixes it. An electrician, they will read the system, they will test it, and they will get it running. A welder, they join metal that holds weight and pressure. HVAC techs, keeps buildings working in heat and in the cold. A carpenter, they build the frame, they do the finish, and they also finish the structure. An auto mechanic keeps the cars, the trucks, and the fleets on the road. And that is not theory I'm talking about. That is the value.
Okay, girl. So I hear that you want to be a mechanic. And lucky for you, you have me, your fairy, blue-collar, baddie sister. Address me as such. Let me be serious for a minute. First of all, you do not need to know much about cars before you get into this industry. Most mechanics, myself included, learn on the job. Actually, you never stop learning, to be honest with you. So I hope you're ready for that. But the easiest way to get into this industry is to approach some of your local mechanic shops. Ask them if they need any help around the shop, or ask if they have any apprenticeships. And that's where a mechanic will show you the ropes and teach you on the job. That's what a lot of people do, actually. So don't think that is not possible. You can also ask if they have any entry-level jobs, and you can start out with something small like lube technician, tire technician, or maybe even a shop assistant, but you'll have your foot in the door, which is most important. You can also go the traditional route, which I don't know much about, but there's always trade school as an option, which is a great option, of course. And I think they also have trade unions. So if anybody knows more about that kind of stuff, please feel free to put it down in the comments, and let's help our fellow sisters out. But if you have any more questions, please feel free to let me know. You can DM or comment. And if I don't know the answer, I will definitely phone a friend. So good luck. You got this. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and ask. And yeah, I believe in you. You got this.
You know, I've been talking about the shortage of mechanics over the last 5 years. Popular content creators, they have now picked up on it. The algorithm is now pushing it, and now they get millions of views. But I will continue to set the trend. So I will put the work in. But just remember that you all heard it here first. And I try to do as much as possible. Now I'm pushing the trades. And as you can see, some women, they've already been going into these jobs. More trade school now recruit more female students. More employers are running hiring programs. And more women are seeing that a trade can pay better than a lot of office work without loading them down with huge bills and student debts.
You're in your mid-30s and you're thinking about joining the trades, I know exactly how you feel. You feel overwhelmed and underqualified, like there's no real way in, like you're just not equipped enough. How do I know? Well, I've been there. And I've helped hundreds of women make this exact switch. And they all believe the same lie, that if they switch, none of their hard-earned experience counts anymore. So they stay stuck and miserable at a desk just praying for Friday. But guess what? You're not starting from zero. All that experience that you think is wasted, it transfers. You're not switching careers. You are translating your experience into a new language. Nothing is wasted. And when you do that, you walk into the trades with a perspective that actually makes you pretty darn valuable because it's fresh and no one else has it. I was talking to a woman this morning. She says that she's always wanted to be a carpenter. She's nervous being a woman in a male-dominated field, and she's right. It's not easy. Everyone tells you to go for it, but no one talks about what it actually feels like to walk on a job site for the first time and feel like you have to prove you belong. It's scary, but it's a lot less terrifying when you realize you're not walking in empty-handed. And you're not walking in empty-handed. So if you've worked in project management, or if you've worked in design, or if you're a huge fan of millwork, or if you've been around tools all your life but you've never been paid to use one, if you understand materials, finishes, and how things go together, you are a lot farther ahead than a lot of people. Here's the bottom line. You know more than you think you do. So go to that union meeting, ask questions, get your foot in the door and become a little apprentice. And then I want you to come back and I want you to tell me how it went and follow along, because I say stuff like this every single day and your girl ain't just a little one-trick pony. You're welcome.
And the thing is, it's never too late. Men have known this for years, and that is why more successful men, they get successful after they hit their 40s. And it's only now that women are actually crying about certain things because they have been spoiled over the years. But there are still barriers, and we're going to say that out loud. Some shops, they still need a better culture, and some crews, they still need better mentorship. As she's trying to tell you right here, get mentorship. Some safety gear still ignores women's bodies, and yes, some people, they still act like women do not belong there. Modern society basically has destroyed traditionalism and the nucleus family. So why not look into what is working right now? Certainly, the office work is not working. Basically, what I'm saying is that if you can do the work, then you belong there. The smart move is to pick a trade that fits your strength and your market right now.
So it happened. I got laid off. No, I'm like dead ass. Like, I don't know why I'm laughing. I just don't know how to act. Just got a meeting invite with my manager and HR. I searched up like things to ask, like what do people usually ask when they get laid off. So I feel like I was pretty prepared for that exact moment. Kind of weird to see like my manager being like super professional and really not showing any emotions. It honestly feels like a breakup that's one-sided. I didn't lose access to everything like right away. I have all my benefits until like end of August. And then my severance starts after that. I honestly don't know who got laid off or like which teams got laid off. I think it's still happening this week. And this happened, I just really didn't know like who I should call, if I should message my coworker. Literally couldn't think of anyone to like run to. Didn't tell my parents yet. I'll only tell them by the time this is uploaded. I hope the job market is just not trash right now. Obviously, this is the first time it's happened to me. This is my first job. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I definitely should have worked on my portfolio, but I didn't.
And the thing about it is that if you like wiring and systems, go electrical. If you like clean detail work, you can go into plumbing or HVAC. And if you like building with your hands, you can go into carpentry. If you like heat, metal, and precision, you can go into welding. If you want motion, problem solving, and repair, you can go into auto mechanics. Blue collar jobs for females, they're not a side option. They are a real career path, which I've been trying to encourage a lot of women to go into. You get a skill, you get paid, you get movement. And that is a job that is hard to replace with a software.
What do you do and how much do you make?
I'm an apprentice electrician and I make roughly $2,000 a week.
How long have you been doing it? What year are you in?
I'm in my first year. I'm 7 months in.
How are you liking it so far?
I'm enjoying the work. It's obviously quite tough. We're working on the metro tunnels at the moment, so it's a really big job.
Is it easier or harder than you thought?
Somewhere in between. There's not too much responsibility being put on me at the moment, obviously being a first year. So right now it's not too hard on me, but once school starts and I'm sort of being put with more work, it can definitely be a demanding job.
And what's the workload like? Like, what do your days look like? How often are you working?
I'm working full time, so Monday through Saturday at the moment.
Yeah.
It depends on overtime, but roughly 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
And the workload, it's busy.
What were you doing before this?
I was a barista. Yeah. So I was working in hospitality since I finished school.
What drew you to the trade?
My dad's a glazier.
Yeah.
And I went on jobs with him as a kid and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I'm just much better with my hands than I am behind a laptop.
Yeah, good on you. Once you finish your apprenticeship, what's your plan?
I want to stay in construction. The union's a great place to be under.
Yeah.
There's a lot of support, especially for women. I would like to progress in the future and sort of work my way up.
Love that. And what are some of the biggest challenges within the job?
Trying to make myself big enough to be heard.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Swipe, match, and get hired fast. No resumes, no hassles. Get ahead and get hired fast.
And her interview right here is showing you why more women are choosing the trades right now, especially being influenced by a father. They are tired of being told to wait for the right desk job while the market keeps shifting as well. And they want work they can trust. So if you are talking to women about blue collar jobs, you have to keep it simple. First of all, show them the pay, show them the training, show them the real work, and show the women already winning in the trades, because the message is clear as crystal. If you want stability, you want to learn a skill, if you want a room to grow, enter a trade. And if you want work that still needs you, blue collar jobs for females are right there.
Hey guys, my name is Lexi. I'm a residential and commercial electrician in New York State, and becoming an electrician was the best decision I ever made. Being in trades has not only encouraged me to study and learn other areas of electrical, such as generators and EV, but it has also encouraged me to learn other skilled trades and even start projects at home. There's so many benefits to entering a trade, but the most important one being you will always have a job, no matter where you are, or where you live, or where you plan to live in the future. If you're interested in learning more, Home Depot offers their Path to Pro program, which offers free skilled trades training programs, as well as access to industry job boards and even scholarship opportunities for women entering or currently enrolled in skilled trade programs through their Home Depot Foundation. If you're interested in learning more, you can click the link in my bio.
They're Jill of All Trades. My name is Michelle Sellinger, and I'm a Red Seal endorsed industrial mechanic or millwright, and I currently work at the Nutrien Vanscoy potash mine. I knew at a really early age that I didn't want to be sitting at a desk for my job. I really liked moving around and being active and walking around, and I wanted that to be incorporated in my job. And so I started looking into trades pretty early on, knowing that I think it was the right place for me to be. My trade specifically, though, wasn't a super straightforward launch. I took auto mechanics throughout high school, and I really enjoyed the work, but I really didn't enjoy what I was working on. I didn't like how squished everything was underneath the hood of a car. I was kind of at a crossroads. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I didn't know how many different types of mechanics there were at the time. Till one day, my sister, who was dating a guy at the time who had just started his schooling for industrial mechanics, was talking about the job and the schooling. And I was like, that sounds really cool because you get to do a little bit of everything, basically. The real life Jill or Jack of all trades. And so I looked into it and I ended up getting accepted into school, and I took the pre-employment course. So that kind of fast-tracked my apprenticeship hours, which is really cool. And then I got my Red Seal ticket in 2021, and just been working ever since. I've been in the trade for 7 years now, 4 years of that as a Red Seal, and it's still really cool, and I still really enjoy it.
Big up to all the mechanics out there. People just feel that the only mechanics are the ones working on cars and trucks and buses, but they're also industrial mechanics. And so many other different types of mechanics that are actually keeping this world running. And that is why I'm trying to use my platform to encourage and big up to all the blue collar workers out there. Well, without them, our infrastructure wouldn't be so enjoyable. If you want more videos like this, please like the video, share and subscribe. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. The links are in the description box below. Stay sharp, stay educated, and I will catch you in the next one.